welcome to the first episode of TPD Weekly, where we talk about all things related to theme parks, news, updates, and just general talks about theme parks. So we've got a list of topics we're going to be talking about today in our first ever episode. We've been saying we're going to do this for quite a while, but now we're starting to record and it'll be up tonight. So the first topic we are going to talk on, I'm going to get straight on it, is talking about RMCs. And the reason why we're doing that is obviously, what's the date today? The
24th.
So 23 days ago, a certain roller coaster opened just over the water from us, where we can literally just get on a boat and go straight over there. And a 3-hour drive, we're at that park. If only it was that simple. Untamed opened at Wallaby Holland, and it's an RMC conversion featuring the iBox track from RMC. It used to be called Robin Hood, the roller coaster before, and Wallaby done a great choice there by choosing RMC to convert it, because now roller coaster enthusiasts all around the world are coming to ride Untamed at Wallaby Holland. Now we're going to talk all different types of RMCs, single rail and the iBox track, so we'll start now. The RMC stands for Rocky Mountain Construction. Obviously most of you will know, and at the moment it's probably the most sought after roller coaster for roller coaster enthusiasts like ourselves. Obviously Steel Vengeance is arguably the best roller coaster in the world, which is an absolute airtime machine at RMC, and I think I heard somewhere it's got a whopping 16 seconds of airtime. That's ridiculous. I think it's about 205 feet tall, so the same height as Stealth, but going over that crest, I've heard the drop is so intense and so immense. I think it features 4 or 5 inversions, and it looks amazing. Now, most people are comparing Untamed to Steel Vengeance, and maybe that's just because it's an RMC, or it's because it's at the iBox track. No one knows why, unless you've rode the two together. We've obviously never ridden either of them, but we have ridden wooden roller coasters over our time doing roller coasters. You've probably done a few more than I have, I would have thought, or have you?
No, I think so.
Okay, well, one that we are planning to go do real soon is Megaphobia at Oakwood, which is arguably the best UK wooden roller coaster. And I have heard from people, I hope it doesn't happen, as much as I'd love to see an RMC in the UK, but I've heard that Megaphobia and a number of different UK wooden roller coasters have been spoken about getting an RMC conversion, such as like the ones at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because there's quite a few, isn't there?
Blackpool needs to upgrade, so they haven't got the brakeman there, really.
No, that's Great Yarmouth.
Oh, Great Yarmouth.
Yeah, Great Yarmouth, the onboard brakeman. I'm not sure about that one, but
Blackpool
that's just
need to be upgraded.
Blackpool. Yeah, Blackpool is just uncomfortable. They need new trains, really, I'd say.
I don't know what they expanding and shrinking.
Yeah,
it's only going on the rise. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's
weird
just
feeling.
Strange. But we'd obviously love to see that from ground to top RMC being built, and obviously there's one place that we think it would fit perfectly, the iBox RMC. We think that Thorpe Park it'd be a perfect home, being like in the Old Town section where Loggers Lake was. I can only see.
Theming, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would be perfect fit. Out of all the coasters in the world they could put there, I think the only one that would really fit would be an RMC, because I think you'll find a lot of wooden roller coasters and RMCs do stick with that Old Town theme, you know, and I think that'd be absolutely perfect for Buck to get. Now the single rail RMC roller coaster is a steel coaster, and there's one, the one that's probably the most famous is Wonder Woman at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. They look really funky. They do look really funky. I've heard they're nowhere near as good as the iBox RMCs, but there's one place that we spoke about that we feel would be perfect for a single rail. Just it fits in, and this place is Flamingo Land, and Flamingo Land, even though they're getting their 10 looping coaster, which is a topic, we are going to be talking about it in this video, but they have got very funky roller coasters. You've got Mumbo Jumbo, Hero, Velocity, the motorbikes. Hero is the worst roller coaster we've ever ridden, hands down. But yeah, I think a single railed RMC would be perfect at Flamingo Land because it fits in with that funky theme that Flamingo Land's got going on.
Yug drop thing.
Yeah, I mean, Mumbo Jumbo's just strange. I think it's a really good coaster, but it was let down by the time I had to wait for it. You know, this one went out and then got a fast track, so you didn't have to wait as long.
I'll admit, only £2 for fast track though.
That's not bad. But I did wait. Was it just over an hour? Wasn't I waited for Mumbo Jumbo, and I wasn't overly impressed by the wait. Let's put it that way. I would never wait an hour for Mumbo Jumbo again. But it was advertised at 30 minutes.
Summer.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was advertised at 30 minutes for Mumbo Jumbo, and I got in the queue, and it was an hour. You know, and there was another one, wasn't it, just before that we was advertised at half an hour. We ended up waiting an hour for. What was that one? It was in the same week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think where it was now.
Where was we? We said it in the Flamingo Land blog. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. But it's definitely said on there what we waited for.
Can't remember. Feels like so long ago.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you got to think we're over halfway through the theme park season now, aren't we? So
Best bit still to come.
Yeah, well, October, you know, or Shocktober, you know.
Shocktober.
That's hands down the best time of the theme park season. It's just a shame that, you know, once you've got to October, then there's only 31 days left of the season.
Then what do we do?
Then what? Well,
we'll find something.
Yeah, well, you've got
Monk's Walk.
Yeah, then you've still got Chesington Opens.
Yeah,
like selected dates. Alton
Christmas.
Towers have a couple, don't they? Have fireworks and things like that. So there is other stuff to do. We'll obviously be heavily involved in construction from Monk's Walk that we will keep showing you. They done really well, the Monk's Walk videos, as they always do. So we'll do it.
Obviously the first days as well.
Yeah, the first days of all the parks will be there. We've done Chesington, we done Chesington, we done the annual pass holders day and the opening day.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're right. And we've done Fort Park annual pass holders day. We do any more opening days? We didn't. It was just Chesington, wasn't it, this year?
Did you do Legoland? Was that opening or was that
No,
after?
that we done that after.
Okay.
We done it the week after, I think.
You haven't been back since then?
No.
Maybe put one out before.
We'll do one vlog from there a year, that's for sure.
Maybe get another one this year.
Maybe. But I think at the moment, we've got to focus on the big challenge. Obviously, if you've watched the trailer, you'll know what the big challenge is. We've got another challenge other than that. So we've got 2 challenges coming up.
We won't announce it.
We won't announce it. But what we've got to, the struggle is I got time off for work, but Rob couldn't. So it was like, it's a case
of time off, and you couldn't.
Then I couldn't. So it's a kind of a case of when we need time off, it's going to have to be scheduled for the same weekend.
For next month, I reckon.
Yeah, we were hoping to have done it next weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But we
didn't
just
want
can't.
to do it in the summer holidays.
But the problem is we do need a 10 till 8 or a 10 till 10. That's the only issue. We do need that. For what the challenge is.
8 to 10 would be more ideal, probably more likely to happen, but I don't know what time.
Even, yeah.
Well, yeah, just get Alton Towers on time.
Yeah,
drive down.
you can get ERT on Alton Towers, but it's just literally
it's the drive. And it's the M25.
Yeah, UK's biggest car park.
Yeah.
So I think we talked enough really about RMCs. We'll move on to the second topic, which is yeah, we've done that. What's the third topic actually? The third topic is the Smiler breakdown that happened. I know I'm just going to get the news report up from the Smiler breakdown. I'm glad you've got signal. I'm on your hotspot. I've got no signal whatsoever. Okay, so does it tell you the date? I think it was last week.
It was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
Sure, it's yesterday.
The Smiler obviously is most famous for its crash
in 2015.
2015, which we don't feel that should be most famous. It should be most famous for the most inversions on a roller coaster in the whole world. 18 inversions in total. It were 18 loops.
Yeah.
But it's more 14 inversions than I think it was. But yesterday, obviously, when this ride breaks down, it's going to cause serious concern because of the crash in 2015. Yesterday it broke down the top of the 100-foot vertical lift. for 20 minutes. Passengers were stuck 100 foot in the air, vertical, and as you can imagine, they were worried. They knew what everyone knows about the Smiler crash. You know, if you are a roller coaster or even a theme park enthusiast, or even members of the public know what happened with the Smiler. But yeah, it hands down to Alton Towers. They did a good job. This is what they've done. Basically, this is what Mrs. Dale said. Thank you, Mrs. Dale, for your news report. They got stuck at the top of the vertical lift. Alton Towers staff were amazing though. They passed bottles of water out to the queue and kept them up to date, and opened this is at the end of the day, and Oblivion had been closed, so it already closed, but they opened up Oblivion to try persuade the people in the Smiler queue line. Obviously that had to be shut after this, as far as I know. So they opened Oblivion again. So they went over to Oblivion.
One more ride,
so they got to go on the ride as they could. But Mrs. Dale said they can't fault Alton Towers. This is Dylan Fryers. He's 16 years old, who was on the ride. This is his report. I was with my two friends when the ride suddenly stopped as it was going up the vertical part. We didn't know what had happened. We weren't moving. It was scary because of what happened in 2015. I couldn't stop thinking about the accident. I started to panic and just kept wondering whether something like that could happen again. I felt a bit sick. Mr. Fries said his friends were concerned that another carriage on the ride could crash into them. However, his pal reassured him that the other car was not going to hit them. So that is good that his friend was reassuring. And this is what an Alton Towers spokesman said. We apologise to all guests affected by the stoppage on the Smiler late this afternoon. Our guest relations team have spoken to everyone on board to offer return tickets to the park as compensation for the inconvenience. Our technical team are working to reset the ride this evening, so this should not affect guests visiting the park tomorrow. So the Alton Towers staff worked their hardest to sort the issue out, and hats off. I'm not going to take my hat off because my hair's not done, but hats off to Alton Towers for sorting that out. I haven't actually checked to see if Smiler's open today, and I will actually just give a little check now to find out whether.
It does need to be reset, didn't it? That means all trains at the station.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably will be open. Smiler, probably on a serious queue. It's going to buffer. I don't think it's going to load, so I'm not sure I can tell you whether it's open again. Smiler is open. It's on a 35-minute queue. That's not bad. Right, so we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the one that we are really concerned but happy about. Obviously, if you've seen our abandoned theme park series, you'll know that we're heavily involved with you'll know that we are heavily involved with people and trying to find out what's happening with Camelot theme park. And we got a bit of pivotal information yesterday, was it?
No, day before.
That Nightmare has been accepted to be taken down and sent to Asia. Italy
for refurb.
Italy for refurbishments.
Which is good news.
So that means, hopefully, a park will buy it and it will be available to ride again soon. Obviously, that is a ride that we both really want to go on. I mean, for the size of it, and it pushes 5 whopping Gs. Wow. The cars look awesome, and I just really, really want to ride Nightmare. Obviously, we wanted to get close to it. We can't really get close to it because security at Camelot is ridiculous near that roller coaster. But also, we've heard from people that Camelot has also had permission for buildings to be removed, which isn't great, because obviously we do a lot at Camelot and we don't want to see that pulled down, because our videos do so well from the Camelot series, you know. So that is a shame, but that also means houses are going to be built on the land.
We'll try and get one more in.
We are going to try and get one more in, but we can't promise that because we don't know when. Once again, it all determines on time off that we can get off work.
We don't want to get there and they've already started.
Exactly.
Builders will be there.
Yeah. So it could be. We can't guarantee we can get another video out from there. We'd love to, but obviously we can't guarantee it. So that's all for the Nightmare in Camelot. And we'll move on to our next topic. Flamingo Land. We're back. We're going to talk about the Colossus clone, the 10 looping coaster. What do you think about that?
It will be good for Flamingo Land. I mean, it is
course, yeah.
a very good coaster, but I do hope the cars are slightly different to what
They're going to have
Colossus
lap
are.
bars.
They're going to have lap bars.
I've heard that they are going to have lap bars.
It's just the trouble on obviously Colossus for the bigger guy.
Yeah, like me. I mean,
I don't struggle to get in.
I mean, I'm just literally just shy at like.
But I think that's your height as well.
0.5 of an inch off 6 foot.
I do think that's your height as well.
Yeah.
It's not just all down to.
So I mean, I'm not exactly a skinny guy, but at the height and my size, it really is hard for me to get onto the ride. So a lap bar would be absolutely perfect, you know, for someone of my size. And I think instead of having a chain lift, it incorporates a cable lift, which I've never had a cable lift roller coaster, so I'd be intrigued to see what that feels like.
It's going to be jolty, I reckon.
I don't know, because it's going to be like stealth, isn't it? It's going to be like stealth.
What, a launch?
No, it's not going to have a launch, but it's going to be cable. Because it's a cable launch on stealth.
Yeah.
So it will just be exactly the same as the cable launch, but without the launch as such. It will have it will obviously be launched in a way, but only a very slow launch. Obviously, it's going to be pretty much the exact same layout as Colossus, as far as we know. Nothing has been announced from the park itself, but we know that they have been planning permission.
The planning permission states what everyone thinks it is.
The planning permission states it is an Intamin 10 looping coaster, multi-inversion coaster. Obviously, when we were at Flamingo Land, we saw there is construction in place, and we have seen the track as well. Yeah. We have seen the track.
The track does look identical to what?
Just a different colour. Yeah. It's exactly the same as Colossus, just a different colour. Yeah, it was grey, I believe, but that will probably have a paint job, to be fair. I would have thought it's going to have a paint job. I can't remember the height details of it. I think it was 30 metres or something, 30 or 40 metres, something like that. So that I'm really excited to get on 10 loop, and its initial name was inversion or looping or something like that. That was its initial name. But obviously, like I say, there's been no official announcement from Flamingo Land themselves, and we hope to know soon what's going to happen with this Intamin multi-inversion coaster. So now we're going to go on to number 6. Now this is a bit of a tough sport because we loved going to this park. It's got a very Pleasurewood Hills feel to it.
For adults.
But for adults. And your number 3 roller coasters there, isn't it? And this is like Water Valley. Obviously, everyone knows what happened. Is it a month ago? Yeah. With that young little lad. I haven't actually heard how he's doing anymore.
No, I haven't checked, to be fair.
But
I think he was alright, if I'm correct.
Well, I think they were about to release him, then he went into critical condition, I think. But obviously, from all of us here at Theme Park Days, we wish the very best to that young lad. And his family, yeah, and everyone involved. We knew Flamingo, like Water Valley, has been struggling before that with it's getting people in and all different sorts, and it has been struggling. And we want to talk about how we feel like Water Valley can get back on track, because we really liked Water Valley. I just feel that it's going one way at the moment, and that's down.
Well, you never know. I don't know what the takings are. You know,
no one really knows what the takings are.
A few weeks if it's been busy or not. Haven't checked, to be honest.
There isn't an app, I don't think, for Water Valley.
Hopefully it's doing well, you know.
Hopefully, yeah, but obviously it's going to be families. You know what, families are going to be hesitant to go there because of what happened on the Wild Mouse spinning coaster.
It might just be called spinning coaster. I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was called.
It's just a Wild Mouse.
It is a Wild Mouse spinning coaster, which we don't really rate. We Twister maybe, yeah, I think it's Twister. We don't rate Wild Mouse. We think they're dangerous coasters, painful, dangerous coasters.
The brake ones.
Yeah.
They're too overpopulated.
Oh yeah, because they're so cheap. I think because they're so cheap, they're so easy, and they can be moved around as well.
Ride, isn't it?
Yeah, they aren't a good roller coaster, and we really don't rate Wild Mouse coasters, unfortunately. They're so overused.
There is
But-
a roller coaster we'd like to see there. If it happens,
What's that?
Nightmare one.
Oh yes, we feel that we did speak about this. Yeah, we feel that if it was to come to the UK, where could it go? We thought about all these theme parks, and Lightwater Valley seemed like the perfect candidate to have Nightmare. It needs something to bring crowds back in, and I don't think they've got the financial. They're not financially stable enough to make a bottom to top roller coaster. So Nightmare, they'd probably be able to get it relatively cheap, and I think there's a lot of roller coaster enthusiasts that never actually got to ride Nightmare that would want to have a go on it. Especially for us, we are desperate to go on that roller coaster, and we said today, no matter where it goes, we will try our hardest to get there to ride it, because I believe that is the only roller coaster of its kind.
Oh, to pull 5 Gs.
To pull 5 Gs. I mean, Stealth pulls 5 Gs.
Yeah, that's for different reasons.
But that's just mainly on the launch, isn't it? With 5 Gs is a lot of G-force, you know, and for such a small layout coaster. Low battery. Such a low, like, small but tracked coaster. We think that would be a perfect place for that to go. So we're going to move on to the next topic, and I need to get my phone out again. I'm not happy about this. So last week, I think it was, the top 10 UK theme parks was released. Where are we going with this? Here we go.
I don't know where you put it.
This is TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor names the top 10 theme parks voted by you. And we'll go from 10 to 1.
Old school.
Old school. At number 10, you've got Alton Towers in Staffordshire. Number 10 for Alton Towers. I don't agree with that, do you?
No.
I'd easily put that one number 2.
2 or 3.
That's mean. That's mean to put that at number 10. So we're not happy about that one. Number 9. I've never even heard of this place.
No.
Harbour Park, Littlehampton.
But is this going to be...
It's got a
theme
caterpillar.
park for kids?
No, this is all types of theme parks. It's got a caterpillar. I think that's his flagship ride, the caterpillar ride. Yeah, never heard of it, so I can't give an opinion on that. Number 8, Brighton Palace Pier, Brighton.
It's got a big wheel.
It's got a big wheel and a Ferris wheel, and trampolines. In at number 8.
Prices aren't too £22.50 if you book ahead.
That rate's higher than Alton Towers.
Either.
Number 7,
Exeter. Do you know there was one there?
Creeley Family Theme Park in Exeter.
Which looks like its flagship ride is the mouse ride.
Flagship ride is a wild mouse spinning coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, Alton Towers.
Number 10.
Number 6, Adventure Island. And I actually would. I like Adventure Island.
It's got the axle, hasn't it? It's got the big.
It's got axle. It's got a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, if you know
it's
me.
A baby one, but
Gerstlauer is my favourite manufacturer. And Axel, which is a pendulum swing and ride, very similar to Excalibur 2. 5, Sundown Adventureland.
Retford.
We went past that on the way to Scotland.
Really?
Yes, we went past that on the way to Scotland. Do you remember?
No.
Yeah. Alton Towers. Number 4,
I'm not sure on that one either.
Clifton Park, Rotherham.
I mean, feel free to correct us if you feel that these parks are really good.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Maybe
Maybe we can go there.
Maybe we'll go there. We didn't even know these existed, Arthur.
Maybe not.
I know what's coming next, and I agree with this one.
Yeah,
I very
it's
much
gotta be
agree.
at the
Blackpool
top,
Pleasure Beach is number 3. I do agree with it. And I actually think that was voted number 8 in Europe, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable.
It's a very good theme park, and Icon's my number 1. And the big one, the UK's first and only hypercoaster. Number 2.
Is it even a theme park? Adventure park. Has it got rides?
The Milky Way Adventure Park, Clovelly.
Clovelly. Indoor and outdoor attractions.
In Devon features indoor and outdoor attractions. It's the big new attraction this year, Ziggy's Blast Quest, an interactive dark ride.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave that there. And number one, I've heard a very lot of good reviews, and we are hoping to go there this year. And it is Portland's Park in Romsey. I've heard it's got the best landscaping at any theme park in the UK.
Peppa Pig.
And it's Peppa Pig World, yes. My only thing for this park is I think it needs a bigger roller coaster. They've got a suspended coaster. Yeah, they're getting as far as we know, it's a max spinning coaster.
Which could be good.
Is it Clear Springs or Tover Springs or something like that? Something along those lines. And that looks really good, really good. And we will definitely, once that is open, we will definitely be checking that out if we don't check it this year. Yeah. If we don't check it out this year, we will 100% be going there next year. And the last topic, Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Yes, we're going to walk. This way. Just going back to the car, she just messaged something. Thorpe Park's Fright Nights, they have released their lineup. How did you find it? Hold the camera.
I'll hold the camera.
Yeah, Thorpe Park Fright Nights.
Which we're very glad to have one of the mazes back. Definitely.
Oh, yes. I'm so shocked. It's July and they've released Alton Towers, Pleasurewood Hills and Thorpe Park have now released their Fright Nights.
It's to build the hype though, isn't it?
Yes.
It is to build the hype.
Platform 15 is the number one.
Obviously.
We are so glad that that's coming back.
Could be the last one.
It probably will be the favourite last year of Platform.
Depends if they can put it still underneath where the track goes for the new coaster, if they put a new coaster there.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
If they put a new coaster there.
And we are so glad that, because that is the best scare attraction we've ever done.
Maybe they make it longer.
Maybe, hopefully. Hopefully a bit more scarier. More actors.
Yeah, more actors.
And
always more actors.
Screenplex.
Which was alright to watch once. It's a nice little sit down.
Yeah.
Put your feet up for 2-3 minutes.
It opens from 12 as well, doesn't it? So
yeah.
And there's 3 this year.
Oh, maybe they're going to make it scarier.
Hopefully.
Better actors.
And then The Walking Dead Living Nightmares returning. We all knew that was returning anyway. That was
obvious.
Been released. We all knew it was. The Walking Dead Do or Die. We didn't really rate that.
Maybe they'll make it better.
Hopefully
they'll change it.
Hopefully. But that is returning. Then Blair Witch is returning.
Did get better.
Definitely got better throughout the month. And the next one we really liked. We have to wrap this up because Rob's phone's going to die. Containment is back.
I did like that. That was good
fun. And then we've got New Fear 1, New Fear 2 and New Fear 3. New Fear 1. Go away, flies. This year, join us for a demonstration of dread in this terrifying, never-before-seen Fright Night show. So, is that going to be a bigger, better, big top show time?
We hope it'll be bigger, big show.
New Fear 2. New for 2009, have the guts to take on this chilling challenge.
Probably like containment in a way.
Only open on selected dates.
Yeah, that'd be good.
3rd to 6th of October, 10th to 13th of October, and the 17th to the 3rd of November. So it's closed for a few days. And the best one, New Fear 3. Brace yourself as we prepare for the gruesome worst as you take on this new 2019 horror maze, which, by the photo they've released, it looks like it's going to have some kind of relevance to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's still kind of, people are still kind of commenting it's like Creek Woods, Dead Creek Woods kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's new. It's saying it's new.
Yeah, so rethemed maybe.
I didn't really rate Dead Creek. I think it was literally just a scarier version of without the guns.
At the end of Dead Creek, if I'm right, did they not have a chainsaw? And at the end of...
I think it was just a scarier, more scarier.
And at the end of The Walking Dead, did they or did they not have another chainsaw?
Yeah, they did. They used chainsaws a hell of a lot. But, yeah. So, we're going to wrap this video up here. Rob's phone's going to die. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this first episode of TPD Weekly. And we're going to do it from a different location every week. There's going to be different topics every week. And, yeah, we bring it to the end of it. So we are here, we are at Rabness Woods doing this first episode of TPD Weekly. We are Theme Park Days and we are out.